The sky turned red the day the humans landed on her world. Ships broke through the clouds like angry firebirds. The wind carried dust and static. Villagers screamed and ran as the ground shook under metal feet. Kale stood at the edge of the Elder Circle, watching with calm eyes. He was the first human to step onto their sacred platform. His robe flowed gently in the wind, his face unreadable. He didn't carry a weapon, only a silver ring worn tight around his wrist, a device they didn't understand yet. Across from him stood Rala, a proud beast woman with snow-white fur around her chest and deep blue skin across her arms and legs. Her tail flicked behind her, tense. She had trained since she was a cub. Her claws had tasted blood in skirmishes, but never like this. Never against a human. The elders sat behind them, silent. Their faces were painted with shadow, their eyes watching everything. Staffs rested in their old hands. These were the ones who judged challenges between tribes, and now they would judge this one, between alien and outsider. Rala's heart beat fast. She didn't trust humans. They had come with strange machines and promises of peace, but they always watched with hungry eyes. She had seen what they did to weaker tribes, negotiation, they called it, always with rules made by them, always ending with the humans in control. So she challenged the man. She stood before the elders and roared, "Let us settle this. By honor, if he wins, we follow, but if I win, he leaves. Forever." The human had only looked at her and nodded. Now they faced each other. Rila dropped to a crouch, ready to strike. Her claws extended. Her muscles coiled, but the human didn't move. She blinked. He just stood there, calm, watching. "Are you afraid?" she growled. "No," Kale said softly. "But I don't fight to win. I fight to understand." That confused her. Her grip tightened. She leapt. She was fast, a blur. Claws out, tail swinging. She went straight for his throat, but just before she reached him, she stopped. His eyes didn't flinch. He hadn't raised a hand. No weapon, no fear. She hovered in front of him, chest heaving, claws inches from his skin, and yet, he didn't fear her. Rala stepped back slowly, confused. "Why didn't you block?" Kale looked past her, to the elders. "Because I am not your enemy. I came to speak, not conquer. But if I must prove myself in your way, I will." He raised one hand now, slow and respectful, and tapped the ring on his wrist. A glowing image appeared in the air beside them. A battlefield, not from this world. A memory, captured in light. Soldiers fought, humans bled. But in that scene, Kale had not fought. He had carried others wounded, crying, broken. He had healed, protected. "I'm not here to take anything from you," he said. "I'm here because the war we all fear is coming, and your people, your strength, your voice, is needed." Rayla looked at the image. She saw human pain, human sacrifice. And then she looked at Kale again. His robe was simple. No armor. No pride. He had come alone. Rayla slowly went down to one knee. Her claws retracted, her head bowed. The elders sat still, whispering now among themselves. No one had expected this. Kale didn't smile. He simply nodded, accepting her gesture with silence. But inside him, his heart beat hard, because what came next, the truth he had to share with them, was darker than anything he had yet spoken aloud. And this was only the beginning. The council chamber was quiet after she bowed. Her head stayed low, her ears still, and her tail rested softly behind her. She wasn't weak. She hadn't lost. But something inside her had changed. Kale stood straight, but inside he was tense. He had expected to be attacked. He was ready for blood, but instead, she had bowed. And now the elders would speak. One of the elders, old and blind in one eye, leaned forward. His voice cracked like dry wood. "Why have you really come, human?" Kale stepped forward. He looked at each elder in turn. The stars are growing silent. 3 worlds near your border have stopped responding. No trade, no signal, no sound. We believe they've been taken. Taken by who? Another elder asked. We don't know. But whatever it is, it leaves nothing behind. No cities, no bones. Just cold air and silence. Rala stood now. She spoke calmly, but her voice held strength. And why should we believe you? Kale didn't answer with words. He turned the ring on his wrist again. A new image appeared, stars fading out. One by one, like lights going dark. Then came pictures of burned ships floating with no power. Alien markings scratched into their hulls, glowing faint blue. These were taken from our long-range probes, Kale said. One was near your moon last night. Gasps filled the chamber. A few elders stood up. Rala narrowed her eyes. So, they're coming here. Yes, Kale said. One of the elders hit the ground with his staff. We've survived for 1,000 years. Our warriors are strong. Our land is sharp. But they don't come by land, Kale said. They don't speak. They don't fight with honor. They don't care about your past. Only your silence. The images faded. The chamber fell still again. Rala stepped forward beside Kale now, not in front of him. Beside him. She looked at the elders. We must see this threat ourselves. Let me go with him. Gasps again. An elder stood. You would leave our world? Rala nodded. I will go and return with truth. If the human lies, I will bring back his head. If he speaks true, I will bring back warning. Another elder growled. He is not of our blood. How can we trust him? Rala looked at Kale, then back at the elders. Because I challenged him. And he didn't strike back. The chamber fell silent again. The air was thick with thought. After long minutes, the eldest one, his horns heavy with age, raised a hand. Very well. You may go, but take the sacred mark. If you die, we will know. A robed figure stepped forward and touched her shoulder. With a glowing stick. A faint symbol lit up just under her fur, visible, pulsing. She didn't flinch. Kale looked at her. You don't have to do this. I do, she said. For my people. Kale nodded. Then we leave at dawn. Rala turned to him. We leave now. The ship rose through the clouds like a silent beast. Steam hissed. Lights blinked. Metal groaned under weight and power. Rala stood near the window, her arms crossed, her ears twitching at every strange sound. This was her first time off-world. Kale sat at the controls, moving the ship with steady hands. You can sit, you know. I'd rather stand, she said quietly. Your machine smells like burned oil. Kale smiled a little. That's because it's alive, half-grown, half-built. She glanced at him. You grow your ships? Some of them, Kale said. Faster to heal when damaged. She didn't reply. She just stared out the window again. They passed through the upper atmosphere. Stars appeared all around them, bright and sharp. Ahead, the blackness of space opened wide, cold, endless. Rala's tail flicked slowly. Your people live in this emptiness? Kale nodded. Some of us, some have never touched dirt. I wouldn't trust someone like that. He said nothing. A soft beep echoed from the console. Kale leaned forward. We're picking up something. Faint signal. Repeating pattern. She stepped closer. Can you play it? He pressed a button. The ship's speakers crackled, then a strange sound came out. It was like wind, mixed with whispering voices. Rala frowned. That's not natural, Kale agreed. That signal wasn't here yesterday. He tapped a few more commands. A screen lit up with a map. A small red dot blinked slowly near the outer rim of her star system. That's a dead zone, she said. No tribe lives there. No animals either. Just ice. Kale stood. Then we go. As the ship turned, Rala moved to the weapons panel. Her claws hovered over the buttons. You know how to use that? Kale asked. No, she said, but I'll learn fast. They flew for an hour in silence. Then something appeared on the screen. A ship. It didn't look human. It didn't look like anything Rayleigh had seen before. Long, thin, covered in black growths. It looked like it had grown in the dark. There were no lights, no windows. Only deep grooves and silent motion. Kale narrowed his eyes. It's not sending any signal back. It's not moving either, she said. Is it dead? Kale shook his head. No, it's watching. He pushed a few buttons and slowed the ship. Should we turn around? She asked. No, Kale said. Not yet. Suddenly, a line of strange blue lights lit up along the side of the alien ship. Ryla stepped back from the screen. What does that mean? I don't know. Kale answered. Then, all the screens inside the ship turned off. Power dropped. The ship went dark. Only one light remained, the one pulsing softly under Ryla's fur, the sacred mark from her people. Kale reached into a side panel and pulled out a small glowing stone. It flickered in his hand, giving off faint warmth. This is human technology? She asked. No, Kale whispered. This was given to us by another. Ryla's voice went low. Another what? Kale looked at the dark screen. That's what we came to find out. Outside, the alien ship began to move, and it was moving toward them. The alien ship moved without sound, like a shadow in deep water. It came closer with slow purpose, turning its jagged front toward them. Rayleigh's claws were out now, gripping the side rails. She stared at it without blinking. Kale stayed calm. His hands moved quickly in the emergency panel. The lights inside. Their ship flickered back to life, but weak and slow. Main power was still down. I can't get engines, he said. Only life support and partial control. What happens when it reaches us? She asked. We find out what it wants. Kale answered. Ryla growled low. It wants silence, you said that. Kale nodded. Yes, but maybe we're not what it came for. Not yet. The alien ship stopped just outside their window. It was massive, almost the size of a city. Its skin looked like wet bone, shaped into spirals and ribs. One part of it opened a black round gate, pulsing slowly like a heartbeat. They want us to come inside, Kale said. Or they want us to disappear, Ryla said. Kale turned to her. You don't have to go. She looked straight at him. I already left my people. I already stepped on your ship. There's no turning back. Kale touched the ring on his wrist. A dull glow returned. Not full power, but enough. He guided the ship toward the black opening. As they entered, the light around them vanished. No stars, no colors. Only darkness. Then suddenly, the inside lit up. Not with normal light. Instead, glowing symbols floated in the air, blue, green, and purple. They spun slowly like they were alive. Beneath them, strange machines stood still. Long metal arms reached out like roots frozen in time. Ryla whispered. It feels alive. Kale moved carefully. This is older than any tech we know. It's not made for war. It's something else. They landed on a round platform inside the alien ship. Everything was silent. The floor was soft beneath their feet, like metal mixed with skin. Kale stepped out first, scanning with his wrist device. No heat, no movement, no life signs. Rayla stepped beside him. Then what's that? Ahead of them something floated in the air. A figure, not a creature. Not fully. It was like a ghost, tall, thin, and glowing with white-blue energy. It had no face, only a swirling mask of light. It looked at them without eyes. Kale stepped forward. Can you understand me? The figure didn't speak. But a voice entered their minds, soft, heavy, cold. You bring a weapon of balance. Kale blinked. What do you mean? The voice continued. One of you is bound by tradition. The other by warning. You came seeking truth. The truth is already inside you. Rala stepped back. What is this thing? Kale shook his head. I don't know. But it's not attacking. Then the ghost-like figure raised its arm and pointed toward Rala. Her mark, the one placed on her shoulder by the elders, glowed brighter. Kale turned. Rala, she gasped out suddenly. Her body stiffened. Her eyes glowed faint blue. She wasn't in pain. But something was happening to her. Kale reached for her. Rala, talk to me. Her voice came, but it was distant. Like she was speaking from far away. I see stars, fire, a screen beneath the ocean, and a name, your name. Kale stared at her, confused. The ghost spoke again. The storm is coming. You have one chance. If the chosen fails, all will be still. Kale's voice was firm now. Who chose us? The ghost's body began to fade. She did. And then the figure vanished. Rala dropped to one knee. Her breathing was hard. Kale caught her. I've got you. She looked at him, eyes returning to normal. I saw everything, she whispered. But I don't understand any of it. Kale helped her to her feet. We'll figure it out. But deep inside, Kale knew whatever was coming next, they wouldn't be ready for it. The ship was quiet again as they flew back toward Rala's world. No alien signals followed them. No ghost-like figure reappeared. But the message was clear: something terrible was coming, and they had little time. Rala sat on the floor, near the back wall, her arms wrapped around her knees. Her tail was still. Her eyes stared forward, unblinking. Kale checked the flight path, then walked to her slowly. You haven't spoken since we left. I saw too much, she whispered. So many stars, dying, so many voices, screaming. Not with mouths, with silence. He sat beside her. You said you saw a name, mine. She nodded slowly. But, not just your name. I saw you, holding something. Something that burns, and I saw me. Standing behind you, not in battle, but as if I was guarding you. Kale looked down at his hands. I don't know what that means. I do, she said softly. The elders were wrong. My people think strength means standing alone. But what I saw shows that we survive only if we stand together. Kale nodded. Then we need to convince them. They won't believe visions. They won't believe warnings. Kale stood up. Then we show them what we found. Rala stood too, her voice firm again. They will challenge you. They'll say you poisoned my mind. Let them, Kale said. Truth doesn't fear. Challenge. By the time they reached her world, night had fallen. The stars above were clear. Too clear, because one of them was missing. Rala pointed to the dark patch in the sky. That star was always there. Kale looked through his scanner. The signal's gone. The whole system is just dark, she growled low. We don't have time. They landed outside the Elder Circle. This time, guards stood ready. Warriors with spears and blades. Their eyes were sharp. Their stances hostile. Rala stepped out first. We need to speak with the council. One of the guards blocked her. Path, you left with the human. You are no longer part of the circle. Kale walked beside her. Then bring the elders here, or we'll all vanish like the stars above us. The guard growled. You threaten us? Rayleigh stepped forward, nose to nose with him. He doesn't need to. I will. The guard stepped back. Moments later, the elders arrived dressed in night robes, faces serious. The eldest elder stepped forward. Speak. Kale activated the device on his wrist. A new image floated in the air, a recording of the ghost figure on the alien ship, speaking in its strange voice. The message was short, but powerful. The storm is coming. You have one chance. If the chosen fails, all will be still. Then Kale showed them the vanishing star. One by one, the elders looked up at the sky, silent. But still, the eldest one frowned. This could be trickery, a fear tactic, a lie made from light. Rala stepped forward. I saw the truth with my own eyes. The ghost touched my soul. It showed me things no outsider could know. Another elder spoke. Then what do we do? Kale answered. Prepare. Together, you have warriors, we have tech. But more than that, we have purpose. If we wait, we die. The circle fell into whispers. Rala turned to Kale. They're afraid. They should be, he said. Suddenly, one of the younger warriors stepped forward. A woman with silver markings across her fur. I saw something too. The sky. A streak of black fire. It came near the edge of the forest last night. We thought it was a bird, but the trees there, they're gone now. The crowd gasped. The eldest elder looked at Kale again. Then the challenge is over. The decision is made. We stand together. Kale looked at Rala, and for the first time she smiled. But high above them, in the far dark of the sky, something had already begun to move. Asterisk. The sky cracked open 3 days later. It began with a humming sound, deep, cold. Then the stars blinked one by one until a dark shape appeared above Rala's world. It wasn't just a ship, it was like a wound in space. Wide, black, and pulsing with blue light. Kale stood on the mountain ridge with Rila at his side. Behind them, warriors lined the hills, each armed with ancient weapons and new tools given by Kale's team. Humans and beastfolk stood together, shoulder to shoulder. This is it, Kale said. Rala tightened her grip on the glowing spear in her hand. We are ready. The alien ship released long black tendrils. They slid through the clouds. Like snakes. Anything they touched turned to dust, trees, rocks, even metal. The ground shook as the sky darkened. Target the core, Kale said, pointing to the center of the ship. It glows and pulses, that's where it thinks. Rala nodded. Then that's where I go. No, Kale said, we go together. He pulled a small orb from his belt. This is our last defense. If we get close enough, it'll burn through their mind system. But it needs both of us to activate. Rala smiled. Then let's not waste time. They boarded the small scout ship Kale had brought from orbit. It was fast, barely big enough for two, but strong enough to slip past defenses. As they rose into the sky, the others on the ground watched. Some prayed. Some shouted war cries. The elders stood silent, watching their future rise with fire. The alien ship noticed them. It opened one eye glowing blue, endless. A beam shot toward them. Kale turned the ship hard. They spun through clouds, dodging lightning made of pure energy. Almost there, Kale shouted. Rayla gritted her teeth. Get me close. The ship slammed against something hard, invisible but real. Shields. Kale slammed the orb onto the console. Now. Blue light exploded from the scout ship in all directions. It cut through the alien shields like fire through cloth. They crashed into the alien ship's surface. Ryla flew out first, landing on her claws. Kale rolled beside her, breathing hard. Follow me, she shouted, running toward the core. The walls around them pulsed. Strange tendrils reached out, sensing their heat. One wrapped around Kale's leg. Rala turned and sliced it with her spear. You okay? Keep going, he yelled. They reached the core chamber. It was beautiful and terrible. A floating heart, made of light and screams. It pulsed with stolen memories, faces, worlds, all trapped inside. Rayleigh stepped forward. Now? Kale nodded. Together. They touched the orb at the same time. A flash. A scream that wasn't heard but felt. The ship shuddered. Lights exploded. The walls cracked. Kale grabbed Rala. Jump! They leapt back into the escape pod just as the ship began to fall apart. The core burst like a dying star, silent and bright. The alien ship collapsed inward, folding into itself like crushed paper. Their pod fell fast, but it hit ground softly. Warriors surrounded them, cheering. The sky was clear again. Kale stepped out, burned and tired. Rala helped him stand. We did it. No, Kale said, breathing hard. You did. She looked around, her people running to her, lifting their weapons in victory. Then, she turned to Kale and did something no one expected. She bowed her head low, deep, full of respect. And when she looked up, she whispered, "This time, I stand beside you by choice." Kale smiled. "Then let's build something new." And the wind carried their promise into the stars.